What if the quarter sitting in your pocket right now was worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? In this video, we're revealing the 6 most valuable and expensive United States Washington quarter dollar coins that could turn spare change into a hidden fortune. At face value, it's just another quarter from everyday change, one of the most surprising treasures in modern numismatics. First up, we're exploring the most expensive and valuable the United States 1990 Washington quarter with the Philadelphia P. Mint mark may at first appear as just another late 20th century circulation coin. But in the world of numismatics, certain rare and unusual examples have gained immense attention and high value. For collectors, the pursuit of this particular coin lies not in ordinary examples, which are common, but in scarce varieties, minting errors, and pristine conditions that elevate its desirability. Even coins in dirty or circulated condition hold a level of intrigue because they connect collectors to history and may still hide features that make them far more valuable than face value. This makes the 1990 P quarter a fascinating study in how rarity and condition intersect with market demand. Minted during a time when the Washington quarter series was firmly established as a staple in American currency, the 1990 P issue carries forward the legacy of George Washington's profile on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse. The Philadelphia Mint was one of the largest producers of coinage at the time, striking millions of quarters for everyday commerce. Yet despite the high overall production, certain striking anomalies and varieties emerged that caught the attention of collectors. This historical placement within the long-running Washington quarter series makes it both a representative piece of late 20th century U.S. coinage and a coin with hidden treasures for sharp-eyed numismatists. The obverse of the coin features John Flanagan portrait of George Washington, a design first introduced in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of Washington's birth. On the reverse, the eagle with spread wings clutches arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. Struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, the 1990 P quarter weighs 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. While these standard design details make the coin recognizable, it is the subtle elements, like doubled dies, off-center strikes, or unusual die cracks, that distinguish rare specimens from ordinary examples. Such features are what transform a quarter worth 25 cents into a collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Rarity is the central factor driving the value of the 1990 P Washington quarter. With millions produced, ordinary coins are plentiful, but rare error coins and high-grade examples certified as mint state or proof-like by professional grading services command top prices. A dirty or well-worn coin typically lowers value, but if that same piece carries an error, such as a double die obverse, clipped planchet, or broad strike, its scarcity outweighs condition concerns. Collectors prize these anomalies because they are unintended and unpredictable, meaning no two error coins are exactly alike. This rarity creates a market where demand can far exceed supply. Market value varies greatly depending on condition and uniqueness. Circulated 1990 P quarters without errors are usually worth only face value, even in dirty condition. However, uncirculated coins with sharp luster often sell for $1,000 to $2,000, while high-grade examples certified at MS67 or higher can exceed $4,000 at auction. Error coins represent the most valuable tier. Dramatic off-center strikes, double strikes, or coins missing key design elements have been known to sell for several $100s, with especially rare varieties reaching prices upward of $8,000 in recent years. These price ranges reflect not only rarity, but also the growing interest in modern error coin collecting. For collectors pursuing the 1990 P Washington quarter, a few strategies are essential. First, certification by PCGS or NGC helps establish authenticity and value, especially for rare error coins. Examining coins under magnification can reveal subtle varieties, such as die cracks or repunched mint marks, which may not be visible at first glance. Storage in protective holders or coin flips is important to prevent further wear, especially for coins already in dirty condition. Building connections within numismatic communities, attending coin shows, and monitoring reputable auction sites increases the likelihood of finding rare specimens. The thought that such a small coin could carry such immense value captures the imagination and inspires the hunt for hidden treasures. Whether admired for its design, studied for its minting anomalies, or pursued for its astronomical market value, it has rightfully earned a place as one of the most talked about rarities in modern coinage. The 1990 P. Washington quarter stands as an intriguing piece of numismatic history, bridging the long-standing Washington quarter series with the modern era of coin collecting. The rarest specimens, particularly error coins and high-grade mint state examples, have achieved significant market value and collector appeal. Its blend of historical context, artistic design, and potential for hidden rarity ensures its continued place in the collections of both seasoned numismatists and new enthusiasts. For anyone who values history preserved in metal, the 1990 P quarter remains a worthy and exciting pursuit. And secondly, we're talking about the most valuable and ultra-rare. The 1974 no mint mark Washington quarter is a coin that occupies a unique and surprisingly significant place in modern numismatics, particularly when found in a very dirty or heavily circulated condition. While most collectors traditionally seek out pristine, high-grade specimens, the interest in a very dirty 1974 quarter stems from a specific and compelling narrative of error and rarity. This coin is highly sought after not for its beauty, but for the possibility that beneath decades of grime and oxidation lies one of the most famous and valuable mint errors of the 20th century. Its appeal is detective in nature, offering the tantalizing, albeit extremely slim, chance of an extraordinary discovery, which fuels its demand among specialists and error variety hunters in the hobby today. The historical context of this coin is rooted in the final years of the United States Mint's production of copper-nickel-clad coinage before the bicentennial era. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the lack of a mint mark denotes its origin, as was customary for all coins produced there until 1979. The year 1974 was one of high-volume minting, as the mint prepared for the upcoming 1976 bicentennial celebrations. Quarters were produced by the hundreds of millions to meet commercial demand, making them exceedingly common in circulation. However, this particular year in mint is infamous for a specific and dramatic error. A handful of quarters were struck on aluminum planchets intended for experimental patterns. These pattern coins were never meant for circulation, and the escape of any such coins into the public realm was a major minting incident, creating a legendary chapter in U.S. coinage history. The unique features of a standard 1974 Philadelphia quarter are, by design, identical to all Washington quarters minted since 1932. The obverse features a left-facing profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. The reverse depicts a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching a bundle of arrows and an olive branch. The coin is composed of a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of cupronickel, giving it a weight of 5.67 grams and a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. What would make a dirty 1974 specimen extraordinary is not its design, but its composition. If such a coin were found to be significantly lighter in weight and non-magnetic, it could indicate that it was struck on an aluminum planchet, an error that completely alters its fundamental identity and value, making it technically unique. The rarity of a genuine 1974 aluminum quarter is absolute. It is considered one of the rarest and most elusive modern U.S. coins. Only a few are known to exist, and they are all accounted for in museums or major private collections. The U.S. Mint officially destroyed nearly all the aluminum pattern coins, and the circumstances under which the known examples left the mint are shrouded in controversy. This extreme rarity is the entire reason a very dirty 1974 no mint mark quarter garners any attention. A coin in such poor condition would normally be worth its face value of 25 cents. However, the remote possibility, however minute, that it could be one of these legendary errors means that every heavily worn and dirty 1974 quarter is subject to a second, more careful look by knowledgeable collectors, creating a fascinating subset of the hobby built around this legendary error. The market value for a typical 1974 P quarter in very dirty condition is purely nominal, essentially its face value. Its value as a collectible is zero unless it possesses a major error. In stark contrast, The value of a confirmed 1974 aluminum pattern quarter is immense, with estimates ranging well into the six figures, potentially exceeding $250,000 or more if one were ever to appear at public auction. The known specimens are considered national numismatic treasures and are effectively priceless. This vast chasm in value is what drives the curiosity. The cost of professionally authenticating a suspect coin is a worthwhile gamble for some, given the life-changing financial reward that would follow a positive identification, though the odds are astronomically against it. For collectors, the pursuit of such a coin requires a methodical and educated approach. The first step is to carefully weigh any very dirty 1974 quarter. A standard clad quarter should weigh 5.67 grams. An aluminum piece would weigh approximately 1.68 grams, a dramatically noticeable difference. Furthermore, a clad quarter is magnetic due to its nickel content, while an aluminum coin is not. If a coin is found to be underweight and non-magnetic, the next crucial step is to seek certification from a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC. They have the expertise and equipment to authenticate the metal content. It is vital to acquire such coins only as curious circulation finds, as any attempt to purchase one outright as aluminum from an unreputable source is almost certainly a scam involving altered or fake planchets. The 1974 no-mint mark Washington quarter in very dirty condition embodies a captivating numismatic paradox. On its surface, it is one of the most common coins of the modern era, worthless in terms of grade-based collecting. Yet, its profound significance and potential value are derived from its legendary connection to one of the mint's greatest rarities. It represents the ultimate what-if scenario for a coin collector, the dream of finding a hidden treasure in plain sight. This narrative grants an otherwise insignificant piece of currency a special kind of appeal, blending historical mystery with the thrill of the hunt. It serves as a reminder that in numismatics, value is not always about condition, but about a coin's unique story and its extreme scarcity, capturing the imagination of enthusiasts and reinforcing the hobby's enduring sense of discovery and potential. And thirdly, we're going to explore the most expensive and valuable. The 1970 Washington quarter with the Denver D mint mark holds a special place in U.S. coinage history because of its connection to the tail end of the silver coinage era and the growing popularity of the clad quarter series. While millions were struck at the Denver Mint, certain ultra-rare error and variety examples from this year have earned tremendous value in the numismatic market. Collectors often consider the 1970 D a key modern coin when it exhibits exceptional condition, unique striking characteristics, or rare anomalies that elevate it far above face value. Even in dirty condition, its background and rarity factors make it highly intriguing to serious enthusiasts. The historical setting of this quarter's production gives it added weight. By 1970, the United States had transitioned from silver coinage to clad copper-nickel coins, an economic decision driven by rising silver prices. The Denver Mint, operating in Colorado, played a central role in supplying these clad quarters to circulation. Unlike commemorative coins, the 1970 D was issued for everyday commerce, but its significance lies in representing a time of transition in American money. For collectors, the Denver minted pieces are a link to a pivotal period when the nation permanently moved away from precious metal coinage. The design of the 1970 D quarter is classic and deeply symbolic. The obverse displays John Flanagan portrait of George Washington, a design first used in 1932 to mark the bicentennial of Washington's birth. The reverse features the heraldic eagle with spread wings, arrows, and olive branches, embodying both strength and peace. Struck in a copper-nickel clad composition, the coin measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighs 5.67 grams. While common in appearance, sharp strikes with full details on the hair curls and eagle's feathers distinguish the more desirable specimens, which is why collectors place such high emphasis on eye appeal and strike quality. What makes certain 1970 D quarters rare is not their basic design, but rather their varieties and conditional scarcity. Most circulated heavily, leaving few pristine examples. Ultra-rare errors, such as double dies or off-center strikes, are the key drivers of its fame. A handful of 1970 D quarters were also struck over Canadian quarters, a remarkable minting anomaly that makes them among the most fascinating error coins in U.S. history. These types of discoveries drastically reduce the available population of collectible specimens and create massive spikes in demand whenever one surfaces on the market. Market value for the 1970 D quarter ranges widely based on condition and rarity. Common circulated examples in dirty or worn state hold little more than face value, perhaps a few dollars to collectors seeking fillers. However, coins certified in mint state 65 or higher can command hundreds of dollars due to their scarcity in such condition. The true outliers are the rare varieties and errors, with record auction results reaching tens of thousands of dollars for examples, like the overstruck Canadian coin. These extremes make the 1970 D quarter a fascinating study in how rarity and condition transform ordinary pocket change into a prized asset. For collectors, identifying a valuable 1970 D quarter requires careful examination. Look for clean surfaces, strong details, and possible doubling or anomalies. Certification by grading authorities such as PCGS or NGC is essential, both to establish authenticity and to confirm grade. Proper storage in coin holders or slabs helps preserve luster and prevent environmental damage, especially for coins that already show signs of dirt or wear. Acquiring high-value examples often involves participating in specialized auctions, networking with dealers, or monitoring numismatic publications where discoveries are reported. The appeal of the 1970 D quarter lies in both its accessibility and its potential for hidden treasures. On one hand, most examples remain affordable and available, making it an easy entry point for beginners. On the other, the rare error types elevate it to legendary status within modern coin collecting. This dual nature allows the coin to attract both casual hobbyists and serious investors who seek out the extreme rarities that define the market. Collectors see it as a coin that bridges the common and the extraordinary. Beyond its monetary value, the 1970 D Washington quarter serves as an important teaching tool in the study of minting technology and quality control during the late 20th century. The discovery of dramatic errors like the overstruck Canadian quarter highlights how even in a highly industrialized minting facility, anomalies could occur and occasionally slip into circulation. For students of numismatics, such pieces are reminders that each coin is both a product of its time and a witness to the processes and decisions that shaped U.S. coinage. Collectors often cite the 1970 D quarter as proof that modern issues can rival older, silver-based coins in intrigue and collectability, provided they carry the right combination of rarity, condition, and story. Another layer of the 1970 D quarter's appeal lies in its role within broader collecting strategies. Many enthusiasts pursue complete Washington quarter sets, including every year and mint mark from 1932 onward. While the 1970 D might seem like just another clad coin in that lineup, its rare error varieties and the challenge of finding superbly preserved examples elevate its importance. The 1970 D Washington quarter is more than just another clad coin from the Denver Mint. Its place in history is part of America's shift away from silver, its enduring design honoring Washington, and the existence of extraordinary rarities make it a coin of enduring appeal. Whether valued for its historical narrative, its design elements, or its potential to surface as a rare error worth thousands, the 1970 D quarter continues to captivate the numismatic world. For collectors today, it represents not only a piece of monetary history, but also a reminder that even the most ordinary-seeming coins can hold extraordinary stories and values. And fourthly, we're diving deep into the most valuable and rare the 1994 Washington quarter dollar coin with the Philadelphia P mint mark, a coin often overlooked in circulation, holds a unique and paradoxical position in the numismatic world. While billions of quarters were minted in the 1990s, the concept of value for a common date coin in a heavily degraded state is almost entirely redefined by the presence of a significant error or variety. For the 1994 P issue, the only scenario that elevates it from face value to a five-figure treasure is its status as a struck-through error, specifically the grease strike variety. In its very dirty condition, such a coin presents a fascinating challenge and a potential windfall for a sharp-eyed collector, making it a subject of intense discussion and desire among error variety specialists rather than general series collectors. Historically, the 1994 quarter was produced during a period of immense output from the Philadelphia Mint, intended solely for everyday commerce. It does not commemorate a specific event or anniversary. Rather, it is a continuation of the long-standing Washington Quarter series that began in 1932. The year 1994 itself was part of a decade where the Mint's primary focus was on meeting the massive transactional demand of the economy, with little emphasis on numismatic quality for business strikes. This context makes the discovery of any dramatic Mint error from this period particularly exciting, as it represents a fascinating flaw in a highly automated process, a rare mechanical failure frozen in time on a piece of currency that was never intended to be saved. The coin's design is the standard John Flanagan motif. The obverse features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, with the word Liberty above and the motto, "In God We Trust," to the left. The reverse depicts a heraldic eagle with outstretched wings, clutching arrows and an olive branch, surrounded by the inscriptions, United States of America, E Pluribus Unum, and $quarter. What makes a 1994 P error special are its unique features imposed by the striking process. The most valuable variety is characterized by a complete, or near-complete, absence of the design on its reverse side. This is caused by a vast amount of compacted grease filling the die's recesses, preventing metal from flowing into them during the strike. The result is a coin with a perfectly detailed obverse, but a reverse that is blank, smooth, and featureless except for a ghostly, mushy outline of the eagle and text, a dramatic and visually striking error. The rarity of such a coin is extreme. While the Philadelphia Mint struck over 1.1 billion quarters in 1994, the number that received a sufficiently catastrophic grease-filled die error to obliterate the reverse design is estimated to be minuscule, perhaps only a handful of examples. Furthermore, the very dirty condition described adds another layer of complex rarity. Most coins with such a dramatic error are discovered well into their circulation life, having been spent as a defective but still legal tender item. Their survival, even in heavily worn and dirty states, is a minor miracle. For error collectors, the condition is secondary to the boldness and completeness of the error itself. A dirty, worn example with a fully missing reverse design is infinitely more valuable and desirable than a pristine uncirculated coin of the normal 1994 P issue. The market value for a 1994 P quarter with this major struck-through grease error is substantial, even in low grades. Given its status as one of the most dramatic and sought-after modern errors, examples certified by a major grading service like PCGS or NGC can command prices between $10,000 and $20,000 at public auction. The price is driven almost exclusively by the magnitude of the error, not the coin's state of preservation or surface quality. A very dirty, low-grade specimen might trade at the lower end of that spectrum, but its value remains immense because the error is so clear and complete. This represents a pure case of error rarity trumping every other factor in determining worth, making it a standout in the modern coinage era. For collectors pursuing such a rarity, the first and most crucial step is authentication. Due to the high value, counterfeits and alterations, such as coins that have been ground down or chemically treated to mimic a grease strike, are a real danger. Acquiring a coin already certified and encapsulated by PCGS or NGC is the only safe approach. Collectors should familiarize themselves with the specific appearance of a genuine struck-through error, which has a characteristic greasy and mushy look, as opposed to the sharp edges of an artificially altered planchet. Building a relationship with reputable error dealers and monitoring major auction houses that specialize in errors and varieties is the primary strategy for acquisition, as such a coin will almost never be found in a typical bankroll. Proper storage and handling are still critical, even for a dirty coin. While cleaning is absolutely forbidden as it would destroy any numismatic value, protecting the coin from further environmental damage is key. A certified coin is already protected in its holder, but for a raw specimen, a non-PVC mylar flip or an inert plastic airtight capsule is necessary to prevent further corrosion or grime buildup. The dirt and toning on the coin are part of its story and its journey through circulation, Removing it would be an act of destruction that would drastically reduce its value and authenticity in the eyes of serious collectors. In conclusion, the 1994 P. Washington quarter in a very dirty condition transforms from a common piece of change into a numismatic superstar only through the presence of a massive struck-through error. Its significance lies not in its historical commemoration or its condition, but as a stunning artifact of the minting process gone awry. It embodies the thrill of the hunt for modern error collectors, representing a monumental find that combines extreme rarity with a visually dramatic flaw. This coin's appeal is highly specialized but profound, offering immense aesthetic and investment value derived from a unique moment of mechanical failure, securing its place as one of the most valuable and intriguing modern quarters. And at the end, we're exploring the 1988 Washington quarter dollar with the Philadelphia P. Mint mark. May seem like an ordinary circulation coin at first glance, but among numismatists it holds a special place because of its potential for rarity and unique error varieties. While billions of quarters were struck during the late 1980s, select examples from the 1988 P issue have surfaced in exceptionally high grades or with striking anomalies that set them apart. These rare survivors, particularly when found in uncirculated or proof-like conditions, have become highly sought after in today's collecting community. Even when discovered in dirty or circulated form, their potential to be a rare variety makes them important to examine carefully. Placed within the timeline of U.S. coinage, the 1988 P quarter represents the final decades of the original Washington quarter series, which began in 1932. By this period, the U.S. Mint was producing huge numbers of coins for commerce, reflecting both the population growth and increased economic activity of the 1980s. The Philadelphia Mint, where this issue originated, was responsible for striking millions of quarters for circulation, serving as a workhorse facility. Although not commemorating a specific historical event, the coin is tied to a period in American history defined by economic transformation and social change, making it a reflection of its era. In terms of design, the obverse features John Flanagan's portrait of George Washington, a design that had been in place since 1932. Washington's bust faces left, accompanied by the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." On the reverse, the familiar heraldic eagle appears with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows, surrounded by laurel branches. The quarter was struck in copper-nickel clad, measuring 24.3 millimeters in diameter and weighing 5.67 grams. While not composed of silver like its predecessors from earlier decades, the design's classical elements give the coin enduring appeal, especially when well struck and preserved. The rarity of the 1988 P quarter emerges primarily in two areas: condition rarity and error varieties. Circulated examples are common and usually hold only face value. However, quarters graded MS-67 and higher are extremely scarce, with only a handful known. In addition, several notable minting errors, including double dies, off-center strikes, and misaligned dies, have been documented from this year. These varieties drastically elevate collector interest. Coins that show strong strikes, attractive toning, and minimal wear stand out from the millions of worn and dirty specimens still in circulation. Condition plays a critical role in determining value. For instance, a circulated 1988 P quarter in dirty, heavily used condition may not be worth more than a few cents above face value. By contrast, certified mint state examples in MS-67 or better can command prices between $500 and $2,500 at auction, depending on eye appeal. Rare error examples, such as significant double die obverse or off-center strikes, can exceed $3,000 when sold to collectors specializing in error coinage. These sharp contrasts between common circulation finds and exceptional rarities underline the importance of proper grading and authentication. The market value of this coin has shown steady appreciation over the years, particularly for high-grade and error specimens. Auction records demonstrate that collectors are willing to pay premiums for examples certified by PCGS or NGC at the highest grading tiers. While common circulated pieces remain plentiful, the scarcity of high-quality survivors ensures continued demand. This demand is further fueled by registry-set collectors, who often compete to secure the finest known examples, driving prices upward in competitive sales. Collectors interested in pursuing the 1988 P quarter should focus on a few strategies. First, carefully inspect coins for signs of minting errors such as doubling, off-center strikes, or unusual die cracks. Second, prioritize coins that show sharp details, even if they are somewhat dirty, as professional conservation and certification can reveal their true potential. Submitting promising examples to trusted grading services ensures both authenticity and protection of value. Storage in controlled environments, such as archival quality holders, helps preserve the coin's condition over time. Another important consideration is the provenance of acquisition. Coins purchased through established dealers, auction houses, or respected numismatic communities often carry more reliable documentation and authenticity guarantees. Collectors should also stay informed through coin price guides and auction archives to track shifts in value. Networking within numismatic forums or attending coin shows can provide opportunities to learn from seasoned collectors who specialize in error coins or late-series Washington quarters. While the 1988 P quarter may not have the same widespread recognition as silver Washington quarters from earlier decades, its hidden rarities and high-grade survivors place it firmly within the crosshairs of serious numismatists. It represents a bridge between the traditional Washington quarter design and the major design overhaul that arrived with the 1999 state quarters program. For this reason, it holds both nostalgic and transitional value within the broader story of U.S. coinage. Beyond its tangible worth, the 1988 P Washington quarter also carries an intangible value rooted in the excitement it generates for coin hunters. Many collectors describe finding an unusual or well-preserved 1988 P quarter in circulation as a reminder that treasures still exist in everyday change. This sense of discovery fuels the popularity of coin roll hunting and keeps the hobby alive for new generations. While most examples may only be worth face value, the slim chance of uncovering a high-grade specimen or dramatic error ensures that this coin remains both a practical and symbolic target for numismatists seeking hidden gems in the most unlikely places. The 1988 Philadelphia Washington quarter dollar stands as a fascinating case study in how even modern circulation coins can achieve extraordinary value. Its appeal lies in a combination of historical placement, classical design, unexpected rarity, and collector demand. While dirty, circulated examples may seem unimpressive at first glance, a careful eye can reveal whether a coin belongs to one of the rare and valuable categories. For new and veteran collectors alike, the 1988 P quarter offers both the thrill of discovery and the promise of financial reward when found in exceptional condition or with dramatic errors.